Alright everybody, welcome on into the stream. That was Katamari on the Funk from Me and My Katamari, and probably not the most appropriate song to play for Juneteenth, but I don't know any funk artists, any real black artists that I could play without getting DMCA'd, because I would have done some Ray Charles or something, but you know, the music industry is vicious about those sorts of things, so let me show you a bit about what we're playing today. Oh, display capture's not on. Here we go. This little game that came out a couple years ago called Blackhaven. It's a first-person narrative game following a college intern at historic mansion burned down during the American Revolution. Working alone on holiday, she's going to recover some cracks in the Blackhaven story and a trail of secrets and misdeeds. Yeah, I remember seeing this game in Rock Paper Shotgun once and kind of caught my interest, and I thought, you know, since I had my library, I thought this would be a good game to play for Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, by the way. It's a little, I don't know, it's a holiday celebrating the emancipation of African American slaves. Load up and bring this onto game capture. Apparently this game was made with the help of historically black colleges and universities. Has the first team of scholars behind it as well. So, I think about 2 hours, and there's more to the story than just a museum tour. So don't worry if you're getting bored about the museum. It's a lot more interesting than the Museum of Anything Goes. Well, actually, it might be less interesting because if you've seen the Museum of Anything Goes, that game is pretty weird looking. You know, one of those old sort of multimedia things. But anyway, let's start it up. Hey, speaking of games, the Steam Next Fest is starting up. You all folks looking for anything interesting in that? I'm definitely going to be streaming some demos of it on Wednesday.
Yes, Mom, I'm going to be here all by myself. Yeah, because they're closed for Flag Day. I don't know if they're going to be closed for MLK Day too. We start the earliest of any of the HBCUs. I'm never going to be here for that anyways. Plus, I don't know if I'm even going to want to be here. I might just stay in Greece.
I think my sister was there in college for a bit.
Come visit me.
Yeah, Greece is cool.
All I do is answer the phones. This is supposed to be a marketing internship, but I haven't even done anything on the website yet. No, I don't know how to make a website yet, but neither do they. I'll get to that in spring semester, after I get back from Greece. All right then, Mom, I gotta let you go. You know how strict they are about being on the phone, and I am a model employee who's getting an outstanding recommendation.
That's us, Kendra Turner, the intern.
Okay, Mom, love you too. Bye.
Yeah, no, the last place I worked this year strict about the phone. It was the place before that was a temp job with well, they did like some debt handling where they're like contacting people about their debts, trying to get them to pay. And
okay, better go check my email and get started.
Interact, run, that's cool. Yeah, they're strict about that because, you know, since they handled financial info, they didn't want people messing around with anything.
Better check my email before looking around.
Yeah. Probably computer. There we go.
Good morning, Thomas. I see you up there looking down at me. All right, Helen, what you got for me this morning?
Dear Kendra, let me formally congratulate you on starting your first day at the Blackhaven Hall Historical Society. Very proud of yourself. Become my first thing in the morning to go over the basics and rules. Please make sure your seat visible and smiling. All shift. Answer all your calls this way. First person, dignified tone, no slang. Business casual. Your tech. Oh, okay, it was going this way. I was like, you scroll the bar up, but it's that way. Apparently consenting to become for our camera shot today, but I won't fret about it. Then looks those the regular research. All his directions closely. Thinks about it. Other stuff. Flag Day again. Both bash of the year, celebrating Flag Day in style with our Black Hall family. Let's Fourth of July is one of the biggest Israel days of the year that shows another patriotic summer show appreciation. Celebrating at the Tidewater Country Club just off Highway 60. Blackhaven Cell with catering provider club, an open bar, gasp, and plenty of festive activities. Garden party attire, ladies in white, men in navy, bring pre-starred and striped accessories. Don't forget to bring swim trunks and you can headphones. Starting 11 a.m. You know. Wait, here instructions for today. Apparently, thank you again for learning for today. Just wanted to pass along your special assignment. Heard from our consultants that most new apps will complete uploading our digital guide devices. Thank you to test the gallery quiz app and make sure you can get through the issue. It'll also be good to brush one in museum collections. New audio tour files should also be uploaded, so try those out. Make sure to listen to the end of each and let me know if you notice anything odd. All maintenance docs at your badge for the house today, you know it's up. Get both these done for lunch, and you have to continue document scanning the archives so you can get up some website coding. And can we hit the following folders? Put a little box for each and left in the archives. Thomas Hardwood Papers, folder 18. Yeah, just check out these as well. I can't actually click up here. Oh well. Now there are those buttons. Seems like a little web browser. Was this, what was this, 1998? 2018, okay. One. Alright, sorry about that, just thirsty all of a sudden. Let's see. Welcome to Blackhaven Hall. Journey back to the bygone era of the American Revolution. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, just really thirsty all of a sudden. Explore one of the most overlooked of historic American homes. Home of Thomas Harwood, America's forgotten founding father. Blackhaven Hall was host to the fight for American freedom and enterprise for over 3 centuries. Once lost to the cruel fires of British raid, Blackhaven Hall has now been restored an award-winning architectural marvel of glass and steel. Excuse me. Along with walking in the footsteps of great Americans in the main house, the site is also home to the Blackhaven Hall Historical Society. Our museum gallery contains some of the only surviving artifacts from the original state, as well as an account of the harrowing Battle of Blackhaven. We also operate a research library and for credentialed scholars covering each generation of the Harwood dynasty to present. In our sister site, Oakmount Plantation, still the current home of the Hart family. Recycling bin. Okay, I guess only IT admin. I can't even click the start button. That's a little weird, but okay. Let's see. Thomas Harwood 18. Oh. Toxinous.
Alright, I'll start by testing the gallery quiz.
Okay, I guess that's the full letter.
Let me grab a charged digital tour guide.
Here. You unlocked on burning kind Catherine's welcoming letter. Okay, it's just like the thing that we just read, it looks like. Nothing. Alright, a little reculture study abroad. I remember that's what Kendra was talking about. Not used to using art to exit. Badge. Turner. Guide stuff. Here they are. Digital guide.
Okay, got it turned on. How much did they pay to get their logo on here? Let me get my headphones. To the gallery. Let's get this quiz going.
I mean, sure, there's no one around, but I'd probably respect to use the headphones anyway. Gallery is that way. Actually, centuries. Heads and directors of the family. Here's Thomas Harwood, 1577. Signed to draft the Declaration of Independence as an alternate delegate for Virginia. In 1781, and British raiders burnt the hall during the Battle of Blackhaven. Art and furnishings were saved repeatedly by Farmer Joe. William Harwood in 1971, who later constructs Oakmont Plantation on the former lands in 1811. Oh, Directors of the Historical Society, that's one. 1876, we have Anna Harwood, Blackhaven Lineage Remembrance Society, founded by Anna Harwood, the former Blackhaven Gideon Harwood. The heir was killed in the Civil War, 1864. The society was founded by Benjamin Harwood in 1958, started building the first museum. Here's the current folks. Enduring legacy continues into its 4th century. I extend our deepest welcome to every guest of the Blackhaven Hall Historical Society. We hope you enjoy the same lasting impact Harwood's family has had on all of Virginia. We have Thomas Harwood III, CEO of Harcorp Industries and 11th head of Blackman Open, and Helen Morris, 6th director of the Historical Society. Alright, let's check out the gallery.
Gallery quiz. Got it. Oh, how beige. Okay, scan the object that answers the question. Alright, first one, let's get this.
First one, out of the famous columned porch Blackhaven Hall. It's like a friends of, which I'm assuming is like people who donated or something. Dedicated to preserving our past. 100 years, the Historical Society preserves the legacy and advanced American literary enterprise. Years local missions, Anna Harwood, great granddaughter. First meeting of the Urban Society, assembled each year to share stories connected to Games colonial heritage. Her son Benjamin carried in the spirit and formally founded the story. Got funding from the work. Baldwin Museum at the current site, Farm Office. Well, it's like the annual original society. 72995. Probably important. Pamphlet. And a ticket for the original museum. Neat. Blackhaven Hall. Story begins with American initiative and ingenuity. America. 1945, Nathaniel Harwood smartly purchased a group of underperforming falls after a surprising attack by roving Native Americans. Massacred many of their owners. Called his new state Blackhaven, likely after shady inlet near the riverbank, possibly because Hermaldi played host to many dark events. Choosing to accept mediocrity, made Blackhaven's lands more productive than ever. In 1697, his son Christopher built a modest brick house which he named Blackhaven Hall. Christopher adopted the swan as the symbol of Blackhaven, remembering noble birds once swam nearby pond during his childhood. There's a true greatness under the visionary Samuel Harwood, able to greatly expand the workforce, earning a sizable fortune for his efforts. Kind of workforce, hasn't paid, or 1734 expanded to proper mansion with an imposed column facade and rich carved interior. That's the picture right there. I'm guessing that's what we have to scan, but looking here, that one's one of its finest homes, retained its final grandeur in the great patriot Thomas, who had 2 flanking halls in 1770. In the south end, an edifying library for his massive book collection, and to the north, a lively ballroom for his beloved wife Sarah. Looks like unknown artist.
Literally the first painting. Not too tough so far.
1747 artist.
Which one is Sarah again? Is she the kid?
Probably.
Oh, hey there. I wonder if this is the first time it's ever been just you and another black girl here. What stories must you have about these people?
Very bad ones, I'm guessing. Harwood family portrait by James Alexander. Thomas Harwood, Elizabeth, Eleanor, Isaac. Okay, Sarah's the one in the 5th, and number 6 is, of course, Unknown Servant. Okay, so it's that yellow one. looks like this. Well, walnut set. Here we go, cool.
For when you want to sit up really straight with two friends.
Yep, sitting straight's better with friends.
Servants, huh?
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. If you're... These looks like the old blueprints. Oh yeah, architectural plan for 1770. Oh, just got another ping from someone in the Telegram curious about the game I'm playing. Apparently Thomas was a prolific writer, and his works lost to the ages. Nevertheless, they're proud to own his most important writings, including letters from his wide next correspondence in his account book from the early 1770s. There's all stuff. Businessman, innovator, militia captain, member of the House of Burgesses, loving husband and father, architect and inventor, author and historian, signer of the Declaration of Independence. There's the man himself. Cutlery. Fine. Teapot. Evacuated from servants' quarters. Archaeologists were stunned when they unearthed this broken but complete teapot while digging at the site of servants' quarters. Far too fine for the simple concerns of staff, researchers eventually determined it belonged to the porcelain collections already on display in this very gallery. No one can be certain how this teapot got so far away from its rightful owners. One theory suggests a clumsy servant may have broken and hidden away before taking responsibility. Okay. Why do I have a feeling the story behind that's going to be much darker?
I like this better than the unbroken ones. I bet there was more to this story.
Same here.
So aside from anything these people made up?
Oldest fictional publication gallery. Yeah, thanks, Zephyr. I'm doing pretty good today. And folks, if you don't know, Zephyr's actually doing a little 3-year Billy anniversary stream tomorrow at 1 p.m. Let me give a shout out. Gonna be doing some karaoke and stuff that day, so I'm probably gonna be popping in as well. Let's see, oldest fictional publication. Might be it. New World's clearest library. Glenn. Dagger intellects fueled by his collection of thousands of books at one time largest library in the entire colonies. Universal interests, poetry, drama, history, architecture, agriculture, travel, economics, and optics. Tragically, most of those were destroyed along with Blackhaven, but his famed generosity means a few volumes have been graciously loaned to friends for part of the exhibits. Let's see. Calendar, 1791, 1709. Oldest fictional. This seems like the current winner so far because it's Shakespeare. Let's keep looking. Yeah, that does seem to be good. Like it's the oldest. Oldest, and of course, you know, fictional because Shakespeare.
Oh, Othello. It's like 9th grade all over again.
Oh, Othello to be specific.
Except Miss Hayes isn't looking right at me asking if anyone understands where Othello is coming from.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I've seen some Shakespeare, not all of it.
He's made up, right? So doesn't that mean all of them? Or none of them?
Oh yeah, Farmer Joe. I think they mentioned he was the guy who like saved some of the paintings. If I remember here. It's in the little timeline of where were we again? Oh, I think I found it in front hall. Yeah, that was so. Things. Let's see. Turning discoveries about enduring legacy. National research program. Size bunch of multiple digs. Few of them listed today. Jug, cup, pitcher, horseshoes, wine bottles, nails, pikes, bracelet, fork, shovel, kettle lid, and of course, probably the shovel.
Nah, come on.
I mean, shovel. I would have thought it'd be a shovel, but that's, you know, digging for stuff. Let's keep looking. Oh, punch tin lanterns. Apparently treasured place, as rumors been one carried by Farmer Joe during Battle of Blackhaven. Ah, this is it. Actual origins uncleared. In old barn, 19th century. And also, potentially designed to protect the lit candle from the wind rather than provide illumination indoors. Okay, so this is what it is.
Somehow, this doesn't seem like it'd be very bright.
And
this one has got to be easy.
which object? The top black. Oh, yeah, probably something. It sounds like the weather vane, but there. So let's see. After the fire, many culture built, but Thomas Howard vowed to leave the ruins standing as a survivor of British treachery. Fortunately, the last master never seen a new home as he succumbed to a strange illness and died in 1782. His wife, Sarah, moved herself and the kids to Maryland to live in her family's estate, and he sold most of the property to William Harwood, Tom's brother. He sent him to later build nearby Oakwood Plantation, a current home, and incorporate the Blackhaven lands and staff the farm. Yeah, I'm definitely guessing it's the weather vane. Yep.
This is not doing it for me. No bald eagle available?
Yeah, not American
Although
enough.
Swans definitely did some messed up stuff in mythology, says my A+ in that class. This is a real bougie way of saying fake.
So the only modern reproduction, huh? I'll probably just have to look at. So, thing of the present crisis. Oh yeah. Your support of individual liberty and the American dream. Slug of English culture let initially rather be reluctant, but government do more threatened freedom, local property rights in Virginia. He became an enthusiastic revolutionary. Even paying to publish pamphlet Our Present Crisis, where Prentice Mills phrase and frame. Without property, no man lives free. What kind of property? Yeah, despite Patriot control, they'd long worried Blackie might be targeted by British ships sailing up the James River. Then in 1718, what happened? Fight with the boats. Eventually, shrapnel from the area bombs set fire to the roof. Thomas failed to fight to death, but both begged and escaped in the night with their loyal servants. Doors, steel and brass, that seemed real. Blackhaven Blaze. Printed book. And Farmer Joe. Popular Blackhaven legend tells of Farmer Joe, a loyal field hand rushed back in the burning house to retrieve its treasures, dragging them one by one into the lawn until smoke was too thick to continue. First would debate the authenticity, and the first mention only appears in Rebecca's memoir and shortly before the Civil War. To this one worker known as Joseph Murray, Scottish-Irish, Blackhaven payroll, might indeed contributed to the legend of Farmer Joe. Since then, he's become deemed a folk hero, and is shown with a lantern. American flag tributes to Harwood. Painting, which I'm pretty sure. Oh, here it is. Camera obscure reproduction. Apparently, it was in the Enlightenment new discoveries. Apparently, it was using early lens focus incoming light. And not quite the camera obscure I know, but obscure, but I know. Yeah.
This lets you see all the stuff you already got, only lower quality. Watch out, guests. We got a math question.
Oh no, math. Yeah, saying what I know is from Fatal Frame, which is a game I've definitely heard of it, but never played it though. But let's see. Should be something how old it was. So candlesticks are younger, so as in probably that. Oh, that's probably his daughter, Thomas's daughter. Let's check. Thomas Harwood, so 101, 75, so probably these. Cool.
Are we sure one of these didn't burn down Blackhaven?
Oh yeah, we've seen this. What do you write in response? This one, Our Present Crisis.
So, is he saying nobody my age gets to be free?
Yeah, it's like, what kind of property?
Like the couch, but we already did that one.
Artifacts per night, see Blackhaven tobacco. Yeah, I thought, are we doing marketing here? It's like, don't be good with Blackhaven tobacco, a good Blackhaven pipe.
Where are the Blackhaven vapes at?
Hey.
Yes, I've won absolutely nothing. This is why I'm running stuff today. Now I'm about to go check this off my list for Helen.
I'm just curious about the glass, just gilded oak. It doesn't really say why it's broken. Probably gonna learn that later, but anyway, time to check that off the list. I think there's an achievement for acing in a quiz, but I'm not going for that today. I can probably do it off stream if I'm really insisting on getting all the achievements.
I need to go check the quiz off my list at reception.
Wait, can't forget to visit the gift shop.
Finally my chance to read up on Blackhaven all by myself.
Pint glasses, shot glasses, mugs, stainless steel water bottles. I actually have one of those right now. These postcards, up for present crisis, scented candles, reclaimed teapot, fancy books, Hardwoods of Blackhaven by David Reynolds, Ingenuity and Elegance of a Truly American Family. Oh, he's the director of the Blackhaven Historical Society. Family meant something. And cue the obvious Vin Diesel Fast and Furious family jokes. Christmas at Blackhaven Hall, probably one of those fancy picture books. Selected letters on Thomas Harwood. Master Your Life. Lessons on leadership and taking control of your business. Oh yeah, the CEO, right? Yeah, one of those fancy self-help books. Blech. Oop. Book. Book on Oakmont plantations. Often on balls of trash news. Colonial dolls for every girl. Pick the one that looks like you. Or drums. Shirts. Oh, another one. Blackhaven of Bays about fire. Book about Farmer Joe. That book we saw over there, I think. And some little keychains and pins or whatever. Anyway, time to check first off and left. Hang on, let's look at this. The quote-unquote servants' quarters. Oh. Alright, check first one off the list.
Quiz is done. Literally the first person to pass. Time to head outside and get that audio tour.
Right. Yeah, it should be uploaded, so try and go up to Big House and text out. Oop. That. Art. Hello?
Good morning. Thanks for calling Blackhaven Hall. This is Kendra speaking. How may I help you?
Oh, hi there. I had a question. Is Catherine there? I usually like to talk to Catherine.
I'm sorry, she's not working today.
Well, that's fine. I'm sure you can help me, Sandra. See, the thing is, I have a question about Thomas Harwood's military service. As you know, in 1765, Thomas Harwood was listed as captain of the county militia, who, by all accounts, wore the traditional pewter waistcoat buttons. But at a local auction, I have come across a brass button claiming to be from Harwood's unit. So what I need you to tell me is...
Actually, sir, I'm just...
Because what I was thinking was, maybe this button is not from the county militia, but from the county enlistment of U.S. regulars. Because as you know, in Blanchard's, he shows that, wait, actually, the French scouts who were stationed with the U.S. regiment did have brass buttons. And they camped at Blackhaven in 1781, so that explains it.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Deidre, you have just been a huge help to me. Just absolutely fantastic. I cannot thank you enough. Keep up the good fight. Semper Fi.
You're welcome.
You're welcome?
That was actually achievement. You're welcome. Question mark for answering that phone call. So let's... New audio tour file should be Shep Blade, so go up to the Big House and test this out. Be sure to listen to the end of each and let me know if you notice odd. You need to activate the badge for the house even though it's otherwise locked up. Okay, good.
I'm all ready, so I should head outside to the main house.
Yeah, I guess I'll check out there later. The archive and the bathrooms. Can I enter the emergency games? Not let me. No? Oh well, that's fine. Probably nothing
I'm all ready, so I should head outside to the main house.
Okay, I guess gotta go with this and exit. Okay, let's check out the manor. Yeah, I think I remember seeing this in Rock Paper Shotgun mentioned. Like, I didn't see the full article because it was a subscriber article, but cool. Okay.
Okay, back to start. Audio tour.
Okay, scan QR codes and check each stop off.
This is totally gonna ruin my Spotify.
Blackhaven grounds.
Don't hate the view. Let's do this.
Pretty nice view.
Welcome to the Blackhaven Hall Historical Society audio tour. I'll be your host throughout your journey into the world of Thomas Harwood, America's forgotten founding father. You can begin walking towards the house now. We recommend you take the path on the left. You can pause or restart each tour stop at any time by using the touchscreen on your personal digital tour guide. Once a stop is finished, just scan the QR code on another plaque to continue. Your digital device will show you the remaining stops you have left to visit. You can also rescan any plaque to hear its tour stop again. For the moment, let's forget the present and travel back to 1781, at the height of the American Revolution. You're now walking along the same grand entrance path that guests to Blackhaven took towards the mansion, after passing through the gate of the large brick wall that surrounded this yard. Blackhaven was not always so imposing. In the 1600s, this land was used mostly by small tobacco farmers who bravely crossed the ocean to start new lives in Virginia. But on a misty night in 1644, many of those lives ended when a band of treacherous Indians launched a sneak
Native
attack,
Americans,
ruthlessly killing even women and children. Still to this day, some say you can see the ghosts of these families trying to find one another, some even without their scalps.
Sure, this is a Wendy's.
These stories didn't intimidate Nathaniel Harwood. He smartly purchased discounted lots and began the story of Blackhaven as we know it. We'll continue our tour at the top of the hill.
Yeah, sir, maybe you shouldn't say
Damn,
smart.
are they all gonna be that long? Or have ghosts?
Be awkwardly insensitive about Native Americans fighting off colonials.
I thought the last one was the grand view.
You've now reached the grand circle of Blackhaven Hall, where visiting carriages would parade. But in 1781, there were additional buildings. To the left stood the kitchen, built freestanding to keep out smells, smoke, and protect against fires.
Except for British
however,
ones. Yeah.
were another story. To the right stood the
Get
fine
into it.
stables, housing beloved animals, including Eleanor Harwood's legendary horse, Duchess. Let's take a closer look at the house.
Eat the obvious joke,
This
sir.
girl really named her horse Duchess.
No horse names, you know. First Blackhaven Hall was originally made in 1697, found masterpiece.
Oh, I know this style. Ionic, I think. No, Doric. Greece, you didn't hear that.
Before we go in, step back and take in Blackhaven Hall. This house is an example of Georgian architecture, named after British kings, like the tyrant King George III. This style features symmetry, balance, and Greco-Roman influences, but with little ornamentation. Thanks to a state-of-the-art structural glass restoration, Blackhaven now has regained its original form.
I was wondering what this was.
This
Yeah,
striking,
from a distance.
award-winning design by international firm JJC Architects duplicates the original porches, peaked roof, and top rows of dormer windows. Completed in 2019 at a cost of over $20 million, the restoration received funding from Harcorp Industries and its CEO, Thomas Harwood III, and is even LEED certified. Let's go inside.
They're really trying to boost the environment on a tobacco plantation.
Where right over here it looks. One's featured staircase and woodwork throughout. As you expect,
we need to get the reception desk up in here.
You're now in what was once one of the finest rooms in all of Virginia, with elaborate oak carvings handcrafted by Blackhaven carpenters. Straight ahead is the grand staircase, matching the exact dimensions of the original. You might be wondering at this point what's under your feet. Below is one of the vaulted Blackhaven cellar rooms. You can explore the cellar in a later stop. The open spaces to the right likely held parlors for the Harwood family to relax together. Let's go through the doorway to the left, into the former Harwood dining room, where meals were brought from the kitchen every day. Operating an 18th century household was hard and thankless work, requiring cooking, cleaning, lighting fires, and managing staff.
Staff in quotation
According to
marks.
Thomas's diary, his wife Sarah did so always with a smile. To see how Thomas showed his gratitude, head through the door to the outside.
Yeah, Sarah must have really thrown her back out for everybody.
Especially the quote-unquote servants. Here, this ballroom.
This space was arguably the largest ballroom in the colony, outshining even the governor's mansion in Williamsburg. Thomas built it for his wife Sarah, who, although careful and pious, loved entertaining, especially at the annual Harvest Ball, a must-attend event for every Virginian. The impressive marble fireplace that kept dozens of dancing couples warm is one of the few fixtures to survive the Blackhaven fire. Thomas wrote regularly to General Washington throughout his life, which may explain this fireplace's similarity to one at Mount Vernon. If you're interested in trying to dance yourself, you can scan the bonus plaque to hear an 18th century minuet. Try your luck at dancing the pattern. Let's head down the stairs.
I gotta start watching to see if people actually try to do this.
I'm not sure if this counts, but let's.
For real?
Alright. Definitely feel like I've kind of heard this kind of song before. Not sure where I've. Oh, you might have played it during the introduction to this, is what I'm thinking. Maybe. I don't really remember. I don't know the best remember about these simple little ditties. But anyway, we're supposed to go check out the Defiant Gate. You're supposed to go this way. Oh wait, no. Oh, I see what. We're supposed to go down there. This is it.
The brick arch above has become known as the Defiant Gate because its majestic and haunting shape survived the Blackhaven fire. So popular with visitors that many would break off pieces to take home as souvenirs, the elaborate carved doorway you see now is actually a reproduction installed in 1954, though some still mistake it for the original. The gate has also hosted many weddings, and local superstition says no unmarried couple can pass through together or their love will be forever broken. This legend may stem from Eleanor Harwood, who refused to dance with her fiancé in Blackhaven's ballroom before they were wed. In the spirit of freedom, we'll let you do as you please, but we are not responsible for any broken hearts. Head around to the rear side of the house and look for the stairs to the cellar for the next stop.
Don't worry, my mom would be trying to break off something else if I tried to get married here.
Yeah, besides, I think they're really trying to oversell this single piece of archway. Like, oh, this archway didn't fall down. That makes it super amazing. Right, next up the cellar. This Andrew 8. Andrew 1887. Okay.
Come on, guys. It's usually just the balls or the name. It's actually kind of impressive to get them both on one.
Of all the stops on our tour, this is the one that looks closest to how it might have in 1781. The Harwood cellar stored all the beer, ale, and imported wine the family needed to entertain in the ballroom above. If you look up now, you can see the first level where we stopped before. You may also notice curious drawings on the cellar walls.
Oh, yeah.
Visitors to the Blackhaven ruins notice the central symbol, naming it Harwood's Lucky 8, and the shape has come to represent the resilience of the Harwood family. Although Thomas loved codes and ciphers, we don't know who drew the original, and many subsequent tourists added their own variations. These are now their own history and protected by glass, but
Okay.
you're welcome to add your own on our post-it wall.
It really doesn't look like an 8, though.
Little bit. You can see it when you mention it, but Rip Kobe, number 8. Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't know basketball players, but wasn't Kobe, let's see. Now I'm curious. Yeah, I could have sworn he was a basketball player. Kobe Bryant, yeah. Oh, yeah, died 2020, and he was number 8 Lakers, it looks like, so, okay. Yeah, I just had to check it out quickly, because, you know, it's one of those things where you don't figure it out, you're going to be obsessing over all day until you figure out what you're thinking of. Some Hanukkah menorah, 8 dots, 8 stars, for 8. It's like 8, hourglass, IMAM, 8 stars on the flag, Harwood, oh. And it goes Thomas Harwood from some wise guy. What do we got here? It's probably where they stored some of the booze down here. Remember, they were mostly talking about the... Oh yeah, I can't go in here, it looks like, but... Let's take a look at the river now. It still prompts that un-American wise guy. River view.
I could get used to this view.
Pretty nice.
Plantations like Blackhaven often had their own ports for shipping tobacco. So for many visitors, this rear side of the house was the front. Workers would roll down large barrels called hogsheads to be loaded into the tall ships bound for the Chesapeake Bay and out to the Atlantic. The distant riverbank is dotted with small creeks and inlets, including one shady pool that may have given Blackhaven its name. During the 19th century, a legend arose that Samuel Harwood had done business with pirates and had allowed them to bury their gold beneath one of the riverbanks. In hard times, treasure hunters can still be sometimes spotted, although now with metal detectors. One treasure we know existed was the spectacular walled garden that once stood between here and the river, full of exotic plants and flowers to support Thomas's study of botany. Now, let's head back inside. This time, take the stairs all the way to the top.
They really need to do the garden next.
Yeah, the garden definitely would be nice, but right next up, we're going upstairs, the observation deck. Right, this is the elevated walkway, so probably over here. Oh yeah, there we are. Wait, this is about the battle, so... Take the stairs all the way to the top. Okay, so probably just skip past this for now. Yeah, this looks like an observation deck. Yeah, here we are.
Ooh, I can feel being up here in my stomach.
From this observation deck, you can see the sheer size of the house, as not even the Harwood family ever could. And how about the view?
I have modern stories
Spectacular
up.
now.
Oof.
In the 18th century, this was simple attic space, storing house goods and overflow visitors. Workers at Blackhaven did gossip about strange goings-on in the attic, passing rumors of occult ceremonies and witchcraft. But while the entire Harwood family loved puzzles and secrets, There's no evidence of anything more witchy than a stray broom or two. When you're done admiring the view, head down the stairs to the second floor elevated walkway.
Though part of me wants to see if I can make this rock back and forth.
Oh, at this height, probably bad idea.
Never mind, too scared.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, this is why this is why people don't live in glass houses, because just looking down is not definitely gonna cause some anxiety. Anyway, let's go back to the sign we were at.
From this elevated walkway, we can get another marvelous view of the Blackhaven restoration. You can head left and walk along the platform on your way to the front porch balcony. The reconstruction began with the clearing of centuries of rubble, not all of it from the 18th, as many locals had found the ruins to be a convenient dumping pit. Local legends told of Blackhaven servants who were buried alive in the collapse, but no human remains were ever discovered. Once the rubble was clear, architects repaired the brickwork and built the central steel structure to provide support for the glass panels. If you look at some sections, like the glass corner coming up on your left, you'll notice that many plates of glass are actually acting as support columns, maximizing the amount of light and visibility in this innovative restoration.
One of the Huskies. A basketball team?
Looks like another stray post-it. Not sure which high school this is supposed to be for. I'm pro dog, though.
Same here. Dogs rule.
Huh. Field of Daisies. My grandma's name is Daisy. She would hate it here.
Yeah, I have a feeling your family wouldn't like it either.
This balcony shows the expansive size of the Blackhaven estate.
Lots of ancient history.
The museum was only the front yard, with the entire farm extending far beyond the tree lines to the left and right. The hundreds of acres.
Even if you don't say history stuff happened here, you can just imagine it. You know, the servants' quarters.
And gristmill, each with its own
I'll let you talk.
And we are still learning more about Blackhaven even in the 21st century. On the plaque below is a traveling visitor's map of the entire estate, only recently discovered in the Library of Congress in 2006. Now continue back out and take a left into the Harwood bedroom.
I can't actually get a better look at the map other than just that little bit. That's fine.
Okay, my last day, I'm taking a nap here.
Yeah, go out in style.
We can't be sure, but we believe this space was the master bedroom of Blackhaven Hall, where Thomas Harwood and his wife Sarah spent many loving years together. You'll also notice some of the period furnishing on display, including this real 18th century bed, possibly owned by the Harwoods themselves. While the frame is intact, the fabric on display is a modern reproduction. Many visitors admire the bed curtains on these old pieces, but few know their true purpose. In addition to keeping warmth in and insects out, bed curtains provided privacy between homeowners and any servants. After all, a man of Thomas's sterling reputation would never risk the embarrassment of running into a servant unexpectedly.
Yeah, a servant,
in his
not, anyone else.
Now head out to the rear balcony overlooking the river for our next stop.
Like they know what Thomas was getting up to in here.
Yeah, no, it's like, obviously they're getting busy, but of course the fact that having a servant seeing them getting busy, God, no.
You are now standing in the same spot as Thomas Harwood during the most harrowing night of his entire life, the Battle of Blackhaven. After British General Cornwallis landed in Virginia in 1781, Thomas had worried about the threat of raids and even turned down an invitation to join General Washington in Williamsburg, choosing instead to stay behind and defend the private river homes. Finally, one fateful night, Thomas spotted the tall mast of a British ship over the trees through his spyglass. British agents came ashore, attempting to seek a peaceful surrender and forage, but according to Sarah's later account, brave farm workers fired warning shots before they could even reach the garden. The rest of the family and staff barricaded themselves in the house with muskets pointing down from every window. Plucky 7-year-old Elizabeth Harwood even risked life and limb to drape an American flag over the balcony, possibly the one now hanging in the museum. As nightfall approached, the British commanders lost their patience and trotted out small cannon and mortars to begin shelling the house. Cannonballs likely hit Blackhaven's walls, although later damage has made it difficult to tell, and aerial shells exploded terrifically in the air. Shrapnel from one bomb apparently broke an attic window and ignited a stack of linens, and Blackhaven was officially ablaze. The Harwoods and their servants fired back furiously, but the British waited for the flames to run their course. As the house filled with smoke, Thomas resolved to stay and become a true martyr for liberty, but Sarah pleaded with him to flee, assuring him that he could not help the new nation as a ghost. The family abandoned the raging fire and escaped into the night. Although we don't know for sure if the legend of Farmer Joe venturing into the burning house to save family heirlooms is true, crucial objects from the house do survive in our museum, whether they were carried or had been stowed away for safekeeping days before. What is certain is that the fire, which later spread to the nearby kitchen and stables, was final and marked a Patriot defeat and the end of Blackhaven Hall. Now, head back to the ground level, take a left, and continue to the site of the former library.
That's a lot of patriotism for one family getting their house burned down.
That's sorry. Okay, look up one of those little digital picture frames here. I know we have one in our house, like pictures of our baby nephew Carter. My baby nephew.
The most interesting room, and this is all they've got to show.
For my parents, it's their grandson.
It is heartbreaking to believe that this was once the greatest library in all of the young United States. Filled with hundreds of leather-bound books, scientific instruments, and exotic animal and mineral specimens, the Blackhaven Library was designed by Thomas himself. His collection dwarfed even Thomas Jefferson's, and had it survived, Blackhaven's books, not Monticello's, might have been the basis for the Library of Congress. Lost, too, were Thomas's brilliant journals, some reportedly written in code, full of observations and experiments that might have rivaled Ben Franklin's. Little of the structure remains, possibly because the books here fueled an even hotter fire. The fire of Thomas Harwood's life would soon, too, burn out. Nearly a year after the battle, he began to suffer again from a mysterious illness that had plagued him for years. He finally succumbed to the disease and was buried with honor in Williamsburg before a massive crowd of patriots. Thomas's unexplained death spawned rumors of a poisoning, and even that Sarah had drugged Thomas after he had discovered a secret affair. But modern historians have found evidence only of a loving marriage, and theorized that local Tories may have spread the rumors to discredit Thomas.
Yeah.
His life now shines as an example to every American, a patriot who loved his wife and his country. You can now head down the stairs and to the left to the final plaque along the trail.
They used a lot of ifs for Thomas in that one. Last one. Let's get back and get some lunch.
This is the final stop in our audio tour. We recommend you head back to the museum using the left trail. Blackhaven Hall was never to be rebuilt, as Thomas had vowed that the ruins stand forever as a monument to British treachery. Sarah and her daughter Elizabeth went to live with family in Maryland before she eventually remarried. Thomas's brother William Harwood, a farmer and Episcopal minister, eventually purchased most of the estate from Sarah. A few miles down the road, he built his own new grand home at Oakmont, named for the small tree-covered hill nearby. Oakmont's foundations were built by dismantling the Blackhaven lawn and garden walls to make use of the bricks. Oakmont lacked the imposing size and grandeur of Blackhaven Hall, but the Harwoods continued their commitment to defending liberty and free enterprise for every American. Although their loyalties to their Virginian countrymen required them to defend against the Union in the Civil War, the nation mended its divisions and ventured into the 20th century even stronger. Now the family is arguably more famous for Harcorp Industries, a global economic juggernaut, but their story of American success began right here, in the humble fields of Blackhaven. This concludes the Blackhaven audio tour. If you haven't already, be sure to visit our galleries and to pick up something for the special patriot in your life at our gift store. Oakmont Plantation, still the current residence of the sixth generation of the Harwood family, is open for scheduled tours the first and third weekends of every month. And don't forget, both Blackhaven and Oakmont are available for weddings, anniversaries, and corporate events. We hope you enjoy the rest of your visit and find your own ways to honor the memory of our founding fathers. As Thomas Harwood once wrote, liberty is entrusted only to them who will work for it. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Pretty sure there were some people working here who didn't get their liberty.
Old servants. And of course, servants, I always say in quotation marks. Anyway, time to off the list. We'll grab some lunch in game. Oh.
Whew. Well, that's as good as Blackhaven lunch gets. Probably should get started on my last task.
Let's see.
Audio tour is done, so the only thing left is, document scanning in the archive. Well, I better head over.
There. Oh. Another phone call.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling Blackhaven Hall. This is Kendra speaking. How may I help you?
Oh, hello, Kendra. Thank you so much for taking my call. I just had a couple tiny little questions about y'all's wedding options. So we are considering a date in September. We're going to have the ceremony on the lawn with the great big oak trees and the view of the river, and the reception in that magnificent new glass
structure thing.
But my question is, we're going to have a true flock of bridesmaids and us girls all stomping around all day. And
doesn't seem like the kind of place where you could get a
place to take a load off
little separate place here.
And well, we thought it'd be a hoot if we could hole up in one of those little cabins.
The cabins?
Yeah, you know, the cute little ones with the drippy little chimneys that look like
ma'am, those aren't exactly cabins.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Blackhaven Hall is a large brick 18th century mansion.
Oh, honey, I know Blackhaven. I just mean, like, when we went to have cotillion at Shady Grove Plantation, they had those little cabins.
Do you mean the slave cabins?
Oh, well, I mean, no, I don't think so. You know, we just thought it would be fun.
You thought it would be fun for you and your girls to put your feet up in a slave cabin?
Oh, you know, honey, I've kept you on the phone far too long. You must be so busy. I'll try back another time.
I'm not busy.
So thank you so much, dear. God bless.
Yeah. Ouch.
What the
Ouch. You unlocked. I'm not busy. Yeah. Yeah, get out of here, ma'am. That was awkward as hell. Actually, but I'll use the word she was gonna say. Awkward as fuck. There we go. So number 3. Get both these done for lunch. Continue document scannings. See. Following folders: Thomas Harwood papers 18, Anna Harwood papers 9, archaeological report 6, and the box has been left out. Read through each of them before scanning. Make sure up there. Don't skip any. Archive keys at the front desk. Turn to the top dress drawer. Okay, get it turned for. No, your camera's in. Okay. Oh, actually zoomed in. All right, there it goes. And double checking front desks. So if you don't have the key, it should be around here somewhere. Yeah, let's see if I already have the key on here, if I have to go actually pick it up. Cool, I guess I do have it. What have we got in here? National Travel Agency of Blackhaven, huh? Alright, she's like the person for ready. Get gotten here.
There's the scanning station. Now I have to go find the right box from the archive.
Brought the paper.
Looks like I need Thomas first.
Thomas, folder 18.
I'll leave that there for now.
A flyer for Asian food. Cool. Maybe we can pick some up for dinner, huh? Oh, good. We do have the key.
Huh. Look at these. Check this pattern. These are so much more interesting than the ones in the case. Why aren't these on display? Wait. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Are those?
Yep.
Damn, Blackhaven.
Didn't know this sort of stuff would be here,
Damn.
but pottery, implements, the pots, a lot of pipes, horseshoes. Oh, you opened all the other ones. Whoops. Nails, pottery pieces, some forks and such. Okay, which one's number 19? Oh, reference.
Okay, here we go. This list has which collection is which number.
So 3 is what I'm looking for. Looks. Yeah. Plus hardwood papers.
I don't think this is the right folder. Nope. Not that one. Nope.
Okay, this is it apparently. Not exactly sure I'm looking at.
Okay, got the folder. Let me go scan this.
Let's get over doing this.
Helen wants me to read this closely to make sure it's legible. Okay, Helen wants me to check every page top to bottom before scanning. These are always typed up though, so I don't have to read Thomas's handwriting. I've seen worse.
Let's see. Rose at 6 o'clock and ate bread and butter for breakfast, or 2 chapters on off. One morning I looked over this back of fields. In the afternoon, took Elizabeth while garden watched. Harry says my young daughter reads well and is quite curious. Sure to develop uncommonly cabbages I'd planted. And the notes I'd taken on their cultivation. This was enchanted by their beautiful leaves and how they grow. These fruits in the garden. I'm not them. And I just have to handle nurture best out impressing the spirit, much as our American nation was stronger than the kind. It's our mother country. Find roast beef for dinner.
Alright, that looks fine.
Yeah.
Let me go hit scan on the laptop.
Yeah, it looks like, pretty generic stuff. And this page.
Well, here goes. Time for the genius of the founding fathers.
Okay, this is literally what just said. This is a typed out version. 24th. Parish for its stories. If a good woman who maintains friendship with many kind relations. Watch her arithmetic. She's weakening and finds her captain removed by some mischievous creature. And expect events occur and often problems to choose between bounty and blight. Grace, praise, relationship.
So genius is mostly just breakfast comments, apparently.
Yeah, nothing too saucy in here, just... What's this one? Fucked thunderstorm. With her independence, she ran to her room. And he read softly. Habit tells her new learning. She runs her father's misses. It's a copy of Palladio's architecture from my table. Plates. Unless I'm on speech on principles practiced in Blackhaven when she'd fallen asleep.
I guess Thomas does seem gentle with kids, though he put this one to sleep.
Well, I mean, it worked.
Gotta hit the scan button on the laptop before the next page.
And what next? Let's see. Moving on to tobacco worm. Read the history of Egypt. Talked to overseer when I saw Black Pompey right on the stairs. Marsh greatly distressed. Couldn't be found in the house and mother was anxious. Found her studying, neglecting her book and arithmetic. 2 more of her treasure captures were missing, which merely suggests it was no animal. Let's see. The front of the gate had been left open. Took Pompey and Sam with me to look along their banks. An hour into our search, I had found her crossing the bush out of care. Yet for all in all, she's still a child, innocent in the world in her 6th year. She's gone looking for cabbage. Things might grow wild like Sunday. Wild like Sunday berries the pick. Seeing her poor mother's kindly nature was first with anger, but her hearty spirit. Yeah, she ran off not to discard her lessons, but to prepare for work in the garden.
She really got lost looking for lettuce in the forest.
Yeah,
Poor
he's a
Pompey
kid.
getting dragged along in all her white girl nonsense.
That's kids for ya. Rose ate bread and butter, read my Bible. Morning, walked back to garden. This is moved on to astronomy. What about the third? Yeah.
Wait, the matter with the cabbages got resolved? Is there a page missing?
August 28th. We scan that just here.
Better put this back in the box.
Okay, I guess we aren't going to get to check that bit.
Okay, gotta find the shelf where this box goes.
3 to 4, so probably here.
Ready for the next folder. I can look at my instructions in the reading room or the collections index if I need to.
It might be a little mixed up here because that's 3-3, 3-5, 3-4, but I don't know. Ooh. Get back. A little too close. Just so. Let's see. Number 2 is Anna Harwood, folder 9. 9.
Okay, got the folder. Let me go scan this.
Here, pictures.
Okay, next set. Let's read about this scary looking couple.
Anne and Gideon Harwood, correspondence from the Oakmont Library of the Harwood family, 1967. So it looks like it's relatively newer stuff. Gideon Harwood, Anna Harwood, transcription of following
Gideon's
page.
handwriting is a lot of work. I shouldn't talk knowing basically no cursive.
Yeah, I learned cursive a while back, but it's been a while. Let's see. And you. Yeah, if I said the transcript was on the next page.
Anna's handwriting is a lot neater, but still hard to read somehow.
Yeah. Should be getting a transcript. Here it is. Let's see. Here's Anna. Oh, right, he was the guy who died in the Civil War, I think. Yeah, a lot of marching, a bit of fighting. Miss you. Your cause is true, but miss you, all that. Skills of Southern gentlemen, some of the officers haven't slept even a single night in the stars. I cheer for my hominy porridge. I think I know the stuff. It's like crushed corn kernels or something and some other stuff, I remember. It was from Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. That's one of the recipes you can make, apparently. Fictional slush. Recognize a tired hem. Maybe cleverer than half a lot. Most Yankee, I mean.
Gideon got himself stuck out in the cold because he just couldn't give up those slaves.
Members engaged, but star, no action. Many weak and venal men are failing land. Advise work to return a rest as faithful servant. Nevertheless, defiance has come. Up. Wife. Yep, you're a strong man. Some boys can call to me. Fair, you know, all silent true. Great oak, stronger than a hurricane, gentle in the breeze. He's thankful not father kept from account's harvests. Lives Ingenuity's widow. We're back getting tobacco to market. Your wives plant more wheat in recent years. Mars may even use your campfire plate. The asked about the war. I believe your Yankees pillaging more than their steady masters. Me and Charlotte run off together, but each same forward. They'll return to Infernalkin when your case adventure runs dry. I hope we're not referring to Black as Infernalkin again. Oh, I wish all the lot were as loyal as Henry. Yeah.
Shut your mouth, Anna.
Yeah.
Emily and Charlotte better keep running.
Yeah, run, Emily and Charlotte. Run all the way to Canada. Like our son who fears this fall. Your nuts may take a step back towards me. Here's Anna. My condition time in the hospital. Yeah, just got shot or something, but not able to write from mine until everything couldn't dictate to nurse. First takes the battlefield, passed out most interested, stayed behind the artillery. Weeks ago, the bugle finally sounded for your husband, and he charged across the field. Tremendous noise, but so there always is. With the balls that cut through the air, dirt and smoke, cries of anger in English. When the time what I felt most deep was nervous nakenness. No barricade, no ditch, no country stone fence. A stained square wall between me and our maker. I'm sure I was terrified. Each texture felt less and less to master my body.
It's so crazy to think about all this violence and chaos.
Yeah.
And then every museum is such a quiet place.
It's such quiet monuments, such chaos. Like give out. It looks. Musket ball struck him and split upon his shin bone and blown wide open. Stopped the blood, which always soaked it. Charged state felt his bare bone against his dirty palm. Just behind the knoll and his coat tied around his wound and lay back in the grass. Ouch. The whole time he guns take a while to reload, but they still hurt like hell. He missed the pain. He could only see the blue sky and the white clouds. Sun. Feeling lightheaded, thought he was gonna die. He made his confession, but prayed her sweet. Sting, antic stuff, reason stuff. It's well off to cheat shops this way. Now, if yes leaves Earth, my spirit could follow you to breathe. More type weak as I am, my strength fades quickly. Since each day, but my gratitude remains.
Gideon seems more pleasant than a lot of these people, but definitely racist.
True, he's 19th century. And she's back back with Anna September 2nd. Talking about love son, use no cowards, specifies bravery. In the mind of every man in the field. She's certain deep in the mind of every man are the same fears. Many wouldn't lead the charge, and many would answer the call. I mean, I wouldn't, because I'm not a real fighter. I'd probably fail before the first fight. You don't understand this, but I'm thought of your kind of face. I'm such a pretty dress and smile and sing to post on your honor, all mushy stuff. What may happen, don't mourn your body. Fine oak will not be diminished by loss of branch. He'd be nothing like poor Henry, though he still managed to breakfast up the stairs each day with his awful limp.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, these two are really feeling each other.
Yeah.
Ease up on Henry, though.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, leave Henry just limp out of this. You probably gave it to him. I wouldn't be surprised. Because you didn't bring your damn breakfast fast enough. April 5th, my only getting. Taking me weeks, but I must write to you even though I'll never read it. I lay down some spot of cold earth. Phelps would deliver the news. I didn't even say for certain where, but yeah, she's depressed from years prepared to your life and mother, and youth could take a hand of any man. When I saw you, I knew of her chain another suitor. Boy now says my name, and I tell him listen, show your picture. Never know what it means to look on your sweet face, but no. News came recently of our surrender and the death of our new nation. And yeah, the Confederate War ended, yeah. Civil War. Not because all our aspirations died. Many servants were saved back to Union arms because they did nothing else. Nor they sued to live without supervision. Heart isn't already broken, it would have pained me to see smiling Henry White wearing Union. It was only now small slight. Screw you, ma'am. I curse stinky arrogance of pride, undone your world, and turn what's upside down, and damn animals taking you from me. The whole time I'm not feel fine, just paying. Oh, you know. So kind, wish more bed when take it. Delivered that he's alone. All that. That efforts never forgetting her calls your sacrifice.
Got Gideon. But Anna is really out here trying to commit a genocide in his honor.
And of course, talking about how the blacks can't live without supervision. You know, slave owner stuff. Press this letter. They saw us at being so close to death before. You're able to shoot death to your. You were given the chance to say my name is expired, because the years each night when the darkness comes, this close to your forevers. Not really any joy, but please, years I feel you in the breeze.
Anna's so awful, but I can still feel her loss. Why couldn't she feel anything for somebody like me?
Because apparently you had the wrong amount of your folks had the wrong amount of melatonin, sadly. Well, that's more her problem than you, of course.
Better put this back in the box.
5, 8.
Okay, gotta find the shelf where this box goes.
Oh, the game tells us there.
Ready for the next folder.
Achievement for scanning her folder is called Ease Up.
In the reading room or the collections index if I need to.
The archaeological reports, which is 14.
Nah, not that one.
Here it is. In other words, you get to actually look at some of the stuff that they found in the remains, it looks like. Let's see here. Summary report of Battlefield and Barnard excavation.
This one seems more boring.
Terrence Conway, John Rawlings. And archaeology is kind of interesting, but yeah, this first one's definitely not that interesting. Just, cover page. Let's see. These excavations aim to establish archaeological understanding of the Battle of Blackhaven. Count attack and the Journal of Rebecca, but there's been little physical evidence. Police mention comes from Virginia about 2 weeks after the event, which Thomas and Sarah. All accounts are consistent that the troops landed at the wharf and exchanged small musket fires with Harwood's and her servants before shelling the house with smoking mortars, eventually igniting a fire. Rebecca's diary in 1824 also mentions a second skirmish, an exchange of small arms firearms from servants barricaded inside a nearby tobacco drying barn. The barn continued to use in the 1880s when it was demolished after the structural replacement closer to Oakmont Plantation.
The military weirdo from earlier would love this.
Oh yeah, that guy was looking about the coats or something. Count strategic excavations were conducted at 5 sample sites. Two near the main house facing river, 3 at the likely sites of British and American positions. Release of metal detectors looked at trace of iron and lead ordnance shot informed the sites. What do we got here? Excavations at 1 or 2 were looking for mortar shrapnel, musket balls, or can shot. Thus far, no found. Much of material at was related to food production, likely from daily carrying of meal in addition to the house. Artifacts recovered from Site 1 are more varied but less intact, and just perhaps of a garbage pit. Pottery shards in Site 1 primary use are much pure. Literally zero, nothing in terms of ordnance. Porcelain stuff, stoneware, clay pipes.
They never found any bullets from the entire battle?
Yeah.
Were they digging in the wrong place?
Yeah, that's strange. I'm sure to find something if you dig in. Green 4, excavation near the site focus again on search for material stuff. Some find counts made reference to barricades or more formal doubts. And she was looking for ground variations left. Looking at sites evidence of military engagement, post holes and other soil evidence between 5 small timber structures. Not mentioned in surviving accounts, appears to be near a slave quarter for tobacco laborers and house servants, referred to as a near quarter in their surviving journal. Via launch of everyday agricultural objects, less glass and porcelain found in the house sites, blown aware of fragments, and a few distinctive decorative markings and art goods like horseshoes and nails. One truly noble recovery was a very fine imported porcelain teapot, which almost certainly was owned by the Harwood family rather than any of the Slave family. That one we were just looking at? I noticed that we didn't have any comments about this page.
Oh wow, this is the teapot from the gallery.
I forgot what the thing said about it. Okay. If mutual agreement, both suspended.
Suspended? What was all that drama about?
I don't know, they're not happy about what happened. They find the teapot. Let's say. No additional testing. Additional analysis on the surviving artifacts, such as musket balls from 19th century collection of Anne Harwood. Taxonomy from early American ordnance. That's right, this guy. They don't resemble any common use by either American or British forces during Revolutionary era. Album quality shots suggest that they're from earlier match, like late 17th or early 18th century, most likely used for hunting geese and other fowl. Similarly, the blast gorgeous has been banned by dying British officer, clear dates from the era of George II and couldn't have been around Blackhaven. Yeah, it was King George III who was during Revolutionary War, I think. It is consistent similar to British forces acting in the 7 Years' War. It helps connect the expedition led by Colonel George Washington to the necessity campaign.
Yes, one more scan and I'm all done. Better put this back in the box.
And it's strange, so it sounds like then those bulls they found are from the fight? That's so suspicious.
Okay, gotta find the shelf where this box goes.
Here maybe?
Whew, last one. This is a weird little guy stuck back here.
Yeah. Yeah, not much room. Here.
Well, I did all the pages I can find. And it's almost time to close. Better head over to Helen's office and drop off my key.
What else? Oh, this is
Okay,
office.
Helen said to leave the key in the top desk drawer.
Yeah, she's like, I'm wondering what else is here, and then I literally stumbled upon was supposed to go. Wow, it's not like the president of this thing.
Archive key goes back. Huh. I wonder if this goes to that old file cabinet. I'm gonna go try it. Oh, Helen had her computer on sleep.
Take a look. Hi, Deborah. We're talking to. finish our paperwork. She's going to staff a museum. We probably won't have the right dress anyway. Hey, for some traditions. Plus, don't need anyone having us gets handsy after a couple of drinks. You're already leaving a bad first impression, Helen. I want to admit his little double team when these two girls we made up Catherine did last year. So nice having another sprout on staff. Let's help score a few diversity point program. Don't think better than industry having the schools pay us. Sure.
All right, Helen. I see how it is.
Okay, yeah, let's definitely look at that key. You know, I wasn't sure if we should go poking around the locked file cabinet, but, you know, after seeing how she talks about us, yeah, let's go digging around through there. And again, maybe instead of just sleeping on that napping on that bed for last day, we'll have a nice spaghetti dinner on that bed. You know, extra sauce. What have we got in here? Older, huh?
Wait, this is the missing
here it
page
is.
from Thomas's journal. Why have they got this locked up in the corner?
And maybe we should go scan in with the rest of these.
I need to take this over to the scanner and check it out. What else might be in here?
A little bit of.
Maybe some of the other missing pages are in here.
Yeah, maybe something about. Let's see. August 27th. I rose after 6 o'clock and I only milk for breakfast. Ran jumps, to our neighbors. The morning went sleeve cups and hung to be drawn in the barn. When I walked the nearest quarters, occasionally with a shock when what I see brought all 3 of Elizabeth's missing crabs just growing rudely in the garden. Found Joseph in a field and had to pull the culprit away from her duties, and he brought a rather uncomely wench named Patty. In ignorance how such a marvelous specimen could be found replanted her homely plot. Just then, her girl Sally ran out to confess she dug out the cabbages to help her mother, claiming after a day in the fields, the indolent creature had no time to mind the garden and cook for kin. My temper justly rose, and I considered being a girl, for not even a gentle folk would be broken to south at the lash. Mother muttered pleased that I saw the wisdom of it. Patty being fully grown to deserve punishment for neglect, she and trouble. So I had her whipped in full view of the girl and fed the cabbage to the pigs to show how thoroughly it had been spoiled by the incident. I spent 3 days some afternoon. I took a nap on the window couch for a dinner of boiled beef and asparagus. In the end, my mirth returned and the air played the piano. Oh, I was half expecting her to actually react.
God damn, he beat a mother in front of her child and then needed a nap? I knew Thomas was sketchy, but this is messed up.
He's a slave owner, should have expected.
Take this out to make him look better?
Of course. Wait, William Harwood, newspaper excerpts.
Oh, it's William, Thomas's brother. He had to be jealous of his bro's hair.
File for the Blackhaven Hall Historical Society from the Collection Library of Congress, 1971. Ah, I see. Bounties on runaway slaves. Subscribers. Joshua, 5'6", 26. From Bronx, Richard Jewell may be lurking on a farm Norfolk with a wife and daughter. Same before, not ill-treated. However, word be given all reasonable expenses paid from the county jail, so I can get him back. William Harwood. Another $10 reward runaway on Saturday. The 5'9". The French. Little well. There's anything said about gun writing may try to pass free man. Probably enticed by some villain, of course. Purple cloak, brass button, silver buckle. And 5'2", a yellow. Not sure if that's an offensive word, so I'm just gonna skip it. Both bold contours. Well, of course, I did say yellow, which I think implies East Asian. Ring on the shoulder, Blackhaven. Me be very easily known to have been part of the left ear cut off. Crossing near Ferry, very clever.
I don't know, William. Why would Stephen run?
Yeah.
I mean, Joshua was only sold away from his family, and Hannah was branded and missing an ear.
Why would they run away?
And William is the minister? How much time do I have? What else have these Blackhaven people hidden away in here?
Let's find out. Let's see, October 10th.
Hey, secret letters from Gideon and poor racist Anna. I hope they took these out because of adult content. All these awful people could at least spill a little tea for me.
You know, little post-recovery erotic fiction, you know. Let's see, my dearest Anna, this is October 10th, so I think after recovery letter, but before the death letter. Well, posthumous letter. My dearest Anna, before I continue with another word, I must tell you to keep this letter secret as long as you live. In truth, it would best for you to burn it, but I know well enough to suspect you would never agree to such terms. My story does not begin with sorrow. In truth, I was recently rejoicing, sober enough to leave behind my hospital bed and take my first steps. My gait is uneven and painful, but I must thank our Lord for the surgeon and nurses. Each considers my walking to be evidence of miracles. As I slowly recovered, I wished to return to duty, but I was no longer fit to march with healthy boys. Still, I begged and received a post to guard in our camp, which was still vulnerable to Yankee raids. Even through my pains, it felt sweet to hold a rifle, my post and once again serve my fellow countrymen. 2 weeks after my new position, some 4 companies of our men met the enemy in a fierce little battle not even 5 miles from camp. And all day the wounded were brought back to the hospital, and with each round came also huge prisoners. Short of rations, we were all ready, worried about feeding the captives, so we made them sit in a cattle pen in a clearing where they could do no mischief. I've not prepared for what my eyes would see next. A whole band of a dozen unjumped true contraband filth brought to our camp, clad in the hated blue of the regular Union infantry. First sight, these black rascals looked more than uniform than apes. Shocks society began debating what to do. You know, I didn't put in a content warning in like my commands just because, you know, this is going to be about America's past, so, you know, there's going to be talks about things and racism, but, you know, we've already gotten pretty deep into racism parts, so let's see. And debating what to do. President Stone inflamed the tempers of every good rebel that we could not put them with the white Union men or have the whole lot torn to pieces in a riot. Instead, I and another handful of guards marched them a few hundred yards in the nearby woods. Each of us were filled with contemporary Tetris. Some of our party even stooped, hurling insults at the beasts, who looked back calmly as deaf and dumb. Wish I could tell you true that our prisoners provoked us, but it is not the case. One of our men, unannounced and inflamed with passion, pulled out his pistol and shot one clean in the head. He fell and his brains spilled out onto the ground as his blood leaked onto the boots of his companions. At least now some of the prisoners yelled and begged. Some dropped to their knees. There's no saving them. Each in a fury shot the rest without thinking or speaking to one another. At least one of them I killed all alone. I shot him straight in the chest and saw the stains sprout through his coat, till life left his eyes. It was an awful scene, a slaughter. They did not bleed like lambs. They looked at us with terror and disdain. So many fall in the field in the commercial war. This was different. Truly, it was criminal. War crimes, baby. Silent their relief in their guilt, we came back with shovels and dug a shallow trench to bury them. Men went through their pockets, claimed their effects. One dropped a fine silver case in the dust. I even opened up the dogger tribe, taking what's been this man's plump black wife, dressed as well as a free woman. All that I was overcome with guilt, I could see only Bessie back at Oakmont, who raised me and my sister, nursed us, who fed us, held us close to her breast. Surely she loved her man in her own childish way. There he lay, dead in a pile. Still have not reconciled myself to the guilt I feel. War's brutal business, and I would give any number of lives. Ours or theirs. Those remains would leave tyranny. Surely to preserve God's design and the order of the races. I would have killed 10 times as many as we did. Well, I'd kill 100 times in order to break that order. This felt nothing like victory, and I feel I was very judgment for violations of honor and conduct we committed. I feel no pride in relaying these events to you. I still value my honesty. I tell you nothing else. Still in this moment, Gideon. And here's response. Kindest and dearest Gideon, older than I can't be there to soothe your noble heart. Truly war's ugly affairs, but you're shining and spotless in my eyes. Proud you so great a sense of honor and decency, overcome with righteous anger, and transgress even no law to achieve the greater good. Oh boy, this is not going to be good. Of course you can page your filth rage. I see you've not thought of even I'm just gonna let you read this because reading this is not making me comfortable. Wow, they even had censored that N-word. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And I reward you so graciously, so loving that all horrors seem only memories of dark dreams on a bright and sunny morning. Yeah. It's like...
Holy shit. I just don't know what to say.
Yeah, it's like even
Gideon shot an unarmed prisoner like a dog, and Anna is sad he couldn't kill more? With ever-increasing love? This bitch might as well have been in the Klan. Fuck. Blackhaven has had this the whole time. They act like Gideon is a hero. I don't know if I can come back after this.
Yeah, don't. But yeah, let's
not.
But
I have to get my recommendation for Greece. And it's way too late to find something that's gonna pay as much as the school, especially back home. Okay, I can read a couple more.
Yeah, maybe we're gonna learn something about the architectural
device.
device.
If I don't turn this in by 5, I'll be fired way before I can ask for my rec.
Yeah, it's like, you know that's bad when even the letter in which a race is talking has to censor the N-word.
I like this letterhead. I wonder what they wanted from Blackhaven.
Yeah, Tidewater Negro Historical Association. I feel it's fancy there because it's probably the ones actually black people using that word, so I'm just giving it okay here, but let's see. Dear Mrs. Lambert, Dorothy Mitchell, currently director of the Tidewater Historical Association, ranked formerly requested mission as a researcher into library archives, done some genealogical queries and apparent evidence connects your family history to the Blackheart estate. Interview conducted by the Works Progress Administration in 1938 with my late grandfather, Simon Howard. He had been a slave at use in Western Virginia and recounted research that his grandmother believed she was the granddaughter of the master of Blackhaven Plantation. Given her age, his natural belief she meant William, who was the possession of Blackhaven for building Oakmont after the story Battle of Blackhaven. Oh, am I misleading where I think it's going to lead? Let's see. 2. A newspaper advertisement placed in Richmond Enquirer, corroborating interview. 7. Yeah, it also placed by Grace Hart, seeks whereabouts her father Rob's kin. In particular, his long-lost sister Grace also mentions Rob's childhood memory being born at Blackhaven and sold away with his mother. Number 3, a photograph of a curious artifact passed down through many generations of my families, carving what I believe is a burning African styling, possibly a Sankofa figure. The golden child had been once owned by Rob, token for his mother to preserve her memory. I believe research time in the archives allowed us to learn more about and see the greater contributions of African Americans in the history of Virginia or Fly, and warmest regards to news. Here is.
I love this woman. Is it possible her family are really Harwoods?
Let's see. Dear Mrs. Mitchell, as it's customary.
Welp, time for Blackhaven to check in.
All requests. Professional scholarly archive of the highest camera. Doesn't casually admit amateurs to chase rumors based on hearsay. Are you calling her an amateur because of her credentials, or... Frankly, it's so speculative to represent an affront to common decency. Those beneath the charge of body, branch response to your institutions in honor of those who can't protect themselves. Aren't really preposterous to suggest that William Howard sired a child outside the bonds of his marriage. Ah, that's what that word means. It's like a mixed race, right? Right, now I remember now. He was an episocial minister, devout and prayerful, known only for his mild temper and cool constitution. Yeah, you know, like whipping a mother in front of her kid. Well-established and spotless charactership and your inquiry before it began. Again, whipping a mother in front of her kid. Further examination revealed inconsistencies. Interview transcript, Rob mentions his family story that his grandmother would style her hair in the mirrors of Blackhaven Harem, and mirrors topless one. They looked at third Thursday each month with a welcome. Oh geez, and now you're literally using that word yourself, ma'am. I know that one of Mirror's 5 features no such swan decoration. You must conceal certain white reputed Blackhaven steel. Newspaper telling Mr. Howard recounts his grandfather worked along Hickory Creek. No body of water by that name. Multiple documents referring to Blackhaven Mill sitting next to Nicholas Stream. Finally, I am distressed to report that one of your archaeological experts reviewed the photograph for your heirloom and believed a modern forgery. There's many of the crew primitive styling strip to African art. Do not use those words. Nothing similar appearance ever recovered in the area of Virginia. More likely modern far, the cheap sort of commonly brought for northern cities, peeled backwaters looking facilities of for so-called black nationalism. In other words, can't consider your application, refrain from applying, so should respect the time of the staff. Alright, gotta keep reading.
Ugh, Rosemary, you cold piece of I'd be mad, but you're probably dead. And you're in a folder that's already full of lies. Maybe you're lying to Dorothy, too.
More hidden truths, but yeah. Here's the thing. Information on my family and my father Rob, who's 87 years old. Bred and born in Virginia, recollects being told he lived in a Blackhaven plantation just after the Revolution. His mother was sold away when he was only a babe, and he wishes to inquire about his only sister who left behind. His name was Lizzie or Nancy, but he lost his mother so young he can't remember. Any information above, by Grace Howard.
This is so sad. Rob, I hope you and your sister are together now and at peace.
Interview Mr. Simon Howard, ex-slave, and joined up by Deborah McDowell, 1973. I lived all my life near the mountains of Virginia. I was born in the 40s, and I remember the year now that so many's passed. When war came, 3 generations of my family lived under them hills. My mother's name was Grace. She had a kind heart, but she never forgot nothing. She'd tell us children stories about families and history. I was probably known who the president was. I asked the master about him. I remember she knew well enough not to ask Master about President Lincoln, but on account of him that the war started. She told me that my grandfather, who was very old and no longer spoke in the time that I remember him, told me that he had been born in Blackhaven Plantation. I believe his name was Robert, though I never heard him say it. My father called him Old Rob. Joe told us he'd been born way back east along the coast. He and his mother had been sold out to us when he was an infant. He told us lots of stories about her grandmother, Rob's mother, never about his father. He told us something sad about it. One time I was brave enough to ask, she said she wasn't sure. She believed that her grandfather, Rob's father, had been a white man, Master Blackhaven. I never knew any more than that. Master had some distant relation with Farm. I knew now they call it Okamon. My mother told me my great-grandmother remembered some of her life at Blackhaven, that her husband was a cooper smith who worked next to Hickory Creek. She was told that her hair was the softest moss that grew in the clear running water there. My great-grandmother had been working in a house before it burnt down during the Revolution. My mother said it was as fine a house as George Washington's. I think she liked telling us those. I feel like that was her country. Me and mine never felt that way. It wasn't ours before the war. It wasn't when the Yankees came, and ours now. I was glad to be free. Anyhow, my mother told me how before my great-grandmother would go to meet my great-grandfather, she would sneak and fix her hair in the ballroom mirrors of Blackhaven. Fine gold things which had small. She walked all across the plantation, waited to see him outside the right after sundown. Watched the last pink light shine in the river. My mother said her grandmother loved the sunset, but never take one in again once they rest. Felt too much like turning her back on the dude.
This is a lot of detail for someone this old. Simon doesn't seem confused. And Dorothy's letter is so careful. Look at her. She doesn't look like someone who wastes her time. Also, didn't she say there was a photo of a bird? Did Blackhaven hide that too? Ugh, if only I had a little more time to check. If I don't start walking to the office right this second, I'll never make it. Fuck it.
Yeah, they already see.
I don't care if they know I snooped. Greece has been there for 3,000 years. It can wait a couple more.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they already know you're looking, so.
Dorothy, you and I are gonna get some answers.
Yeah, let's just keep. Already dug this tape, let's keep digging. Agricultural contract. Solomon Harwood, Virgil Resley. Transcript on following page. January 1868, between Solomon Harwood and first part Virgil Riley, Freedman part. Said party, second part, and Green find themselves work for said party. The first. Virgil and his wife and kids are to work on said farm as for corn called acres of corn and 20 cotton. Expenses of good or dual work necessary for their said services to receive 1/2 cotton, 1/3 corn waste. On this, the expenses are deducted. Virgil Riley furnished himself clothing, medicine. Wait for the Greens by himself do washing and ironing and all their housework. Said Virgil Riley by himself they'll obey the orders hard in all things, do good labor 10 hours a day on average. Okay,
so even as a free man, Virgil and his wife are still picking the Harwoods' cotton.
Yeah. And newsflash. Virgil Riley's being held in the Gloucester County Jail for attempted life. The prominent planter and businessman Solomon Harwood run into an altercation when he attempts to collect delinquent debt. Riley sees Harwood's revolver and fire shot was struck him in the attempt. He said, "Wife's been sick going on a week and not able to do her work. Harwood would come to us demanding $1 a day for each she missed, and it does not suit me. And after 2 drought years, didn't have that kind of money. I moved my wife from the cabin right away, and I replied it would kill her. She was very sick. Then it made no difference that he would show me my place. He struck me with the strap and had me on the ground. He tried to kill me, so I saw his picture and fired only once." Harwood convalesced his great house. Solomon sought to clarify the matter, resting under the care of his loving wife of Oakland. Virgil once worked about as well as any man. Grown too comfortable in his position and made a habit of indolence. If his bitter and preening problem accounted 2 years share of the not sure if that word is, so I'm gonna leave it. Detective sense of purpose renewed now he's work. They face up 20 years hard labor for his crime.
Every generation of these Harwoods is the same. Virgil was just trying to protect his wife, and now he won't see her for 20 years.
Now he's getting prison labor, which is a different flavor of slave labor. Circle catechism. Blackhaven Juneteenth. And Benjamin Harwood, who founded why great response to Native massacre innocent farmer. An example of ingenuity Harwood would always lead to. Were intended to liberate was unique in owning slaves. No, every British colony had slaves in service, as did every other civilized nation. They treated their reputation as gentle masters, cruelty with offender neighbors, and living their efficiency and profit. Yeah, of course, that's the thing you're worried about: efficiency and profit, not the fact you're treating them badly. Cause of war between states. Started Northern for the rights of southern states. Oh, this is civil war. Sounds like slavery, the cause of the war. And was the denial of self-government to the south by the north. South fight for, caps lock on, to repel invasion and ensure independence just as Thomas Harwood and the founding fathers had done. How the slaves behaved during war, true and loyal, refusing to support the invading, and most preferred to work the same lands even after the war. Why did Gideon fight in a war? During his feet, but couldn't allow liberty's infringed. Father's an infantryman and spotless record of honorable service, gave his life for his country. The name of the Blackhaven Lady Association is Catechism. It's the true history of Blackhaven Hall, Oakland, all Virginia to every growing boy and girl.
I gotta give them some credit. Nearly every one of these questions is disproved just by the stuff in this folder.
Hailing, from modern honoris Jewish War of the Gray. Being addressed by Benjamin Harwood. Other out of like 1,000. New director of the Harwood Society and most files dedicates no from the Blackhaven Lady Association, all bronze on her peers sacrifice their Confederate ancestors. Now they can look down upon us from the heavens, ringed in celestial glory. Further creator precious their cause. Human legacies of valor young lands, precious children's heart, but men by deed. They won't lose their honor and honor bittersweet defeat when we now look upon ours, grace nation who see defeated. No, they didn't. They lost. Be modest in the eclipse, their accomplice on the facade of Notre Dame. For us, it's true Colossus. Small accent bears resemblance to young Gideon. When Gideon was born to every advantage, brought himself low, and sacrificed everything for sacred causes. Pretty boy, best fruit on hand, blah. Fought not like the Yankee for control, for meddling for tariffs, railroad barons or fancy owners, unspoiled family farms run by slaves. And but to build their American brothers don't fairness, dignity, reverend. Don't see a date on here. I'm guessing this was like shortly after the whole thing with that guy getting killed for shooting his wife. Mothers and children, so many grandchildren, great grandchildren, sleep from their among us. One of the four must together. Thomas Harwood was carried to band of liberty and Gideon died the same holding very tapestries. Like dare speculate on the lands of Providence. Glory Here we are. Glory of the Anglo-Saxon race and its supremacy are daily affirmed by the works of our great nation. Even over 50 years ago, that natural and divine order faced its greatest challenge. Manifest deeds of godly white men stand atop strings of all the world's people. That the meek shall inherit earth, and little could young boys like Gideon know that when lift comforts their home for humble duty, and make true the scriptures for us today.
Mr. Johnson always tried to say in 7th grade history that monuments were about heritage, not hate. He needs to read what a monster war criminal murderer Precious Gideon Harwood was.
What about heritage of hate? Let's see. Congress, House of Representatives, June 28th, 1999. Dear Rosie, I want to thank you so much for your warm hospitality at the Blackhaven Flag Day picnic. Marjorie and I had a wonderful time, and our kids were absolutely tickled exploring the ruins. That bunch couldn't decide whether they were playing George Washington or General Lee, but they had a right good time. Of course, we also want to thank you and the Foundation for your continued support of our campaign. No matter what Judge Warren has seen fit to right, tireless defender of constitutional government and state sovereignty, always promote peace, prosperity, and separation between the races. Yeah, my best to Martin and the girls. Yes, man, it was such a thrill to see Charlie Harwood again. It's almost most fun since he and I corked up together for 29 Follies. They say our people have no rhythm.
Okay, Dorothy. Rosemary was tight with the straight-up white supremacist, and we're supposed to trust her over you? No. We're gonna crack this.
Junior Archaeological Consulting. This letter serves to confirm the mutual suspension of our contract for excavations at the Blackhaven site. We're more than willing to initiate the Site 5 of those points. It's extremely unlikely to be able to recover any material evidence from the Battle of Blackhaven, given or nevertheless, they documented numerous significant findings about the lives of Blackhaven slaves, what we believe to be near quarters. We believe further investigation could greatly benefit your museum and education programs. However, we're bound by a recent ethics agreement with other peer firms, very specific set of protocols regarding the excavation of human remains. I was just looking to see if there's a here on here. As reported, we stopped our initial dig at Site 5. One of our contractors uncovered with bone we later confirmed to be human clavicle, likely male of African descent. Our ethics pledge requires us to immediately make a good faith effort to contact local descent communities and to take any agreed upon steps for repatriation of remains at the expense of the client. As we decline to pursue this course of action, we are, as mentioned previously, invoking a mutual dissolution clause in our contract. Normally, as a college or heritage work, I would still implore you to take steps on your own. We'll still prepare a report of the already completed work and have not presented the archive in the original deadline.
Oh my fucking god! Blackhaven covered up a slave burial ground? This wasn't even that long ago, just before Helen. Shit! Does she know about this?
Oh wow, it's almost 10 now, it says. Damn, time passes faster than learning about horrible truths. Running pages. Morris, running summarized findings summary judgment verdict rendered regarding Jonathan Harwood's claims membership. All living direct descendants of Thomas Harwood automatically granted status of beneficiaries regarding the Harwood Estate Trust. It's called previous settlement between Jennifer and the trust manager found that even though she emancipated herself from Thomas following her time in rehab, still maintained her status of trust beneficiary and was entitled to the yearly dividend payment of industries. Then, as the terms of the historical foundation bylaws are much vaguer than that of the trust, we agree should be placed on George. The judge will also dismiss our lawsuit to prevent her from taking the state. He made it very clear that direct descendants can automatically claim trust benefits, payment, and foundation board membership. They also must physically be present to vote. And as Jennifer's last list of residents still in Costa Rica, you don't need to concern yourself with this possibility.
Wait, hold up. Any descendant of William gets a share of 10% of Harcourt profits? They're like a Fortune 500 company. Even if there's dozens of current descendants, that would be hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. They've been trying to keep this from you for years, Dorothy. What if you're right? Forget researching here, you'd be running this place.
Your previous letters during the 880 Act, compliance with the Black Hole Restoration Project, it's true certain historical sites are eligible exempting the established tests that compliance would threaten to destroy the significance. Argument that long status of the ruin would be held by Ada complaint. Combination is likely to withstand the challenge in our district court, but I'm not sure the exemption is true in the spirit of the law given the architecture chapter, so. Yeah, they're saying that that's why they're not adding stairs.
Can't ask the Harwoods to do even one simple good thing.
Oh yes, they're not even adding stairs. That's it's like the swan.
Hold up. This is the bird Dorothy mentioned. I gotta say, it does kind of look like a robin, but also in an African style. And look at the pattern. Didn't I see that earlier somewhere around here? I need to go check.
Yeah, I think we saw it in... Yeah, there it is.
Yes, this one. It's the exact same design. Even the feel of it is the same. It's like the same person did it. And they found this in the slave cabins. That means Rosemary and Blackhaven lied to Dorothy about her evidence the whole time. You were right, you were right, you were right. Okay, but what about the next two objections? Rosemary said Simon's story was false because Blackhaven's mirror didn't have a swan. Isn't there a mirror in the gallery? Maybe I can figure out why it doesn't have a swan. I should also call my mom. Maybe she can check out some things for me.
Hey Mom, so about that job, turns out they're a bunch of raging racists. I mean, we probably shouldn't be surprised about that, but I mean, it's worse than you thought.
Hi, Mom. No, I'm not back home yet. I'm actually still at the museum. No, they're not gonna pay me overtime. They don't even know I'm here. Mom, I'm researching something and it could be really big. But I'm locked out of the internet and my phone doesn't get data out here. Can you see if you can find a contact number for a woman named Dorothy Mitchell? She's pretty old, but I think she lives in the area. Yeah, Mitchell with an M. I don't know if it has one L or two, just try both. You can just email me from my work address if you find anything. Thank you. I'll call you from my desk when I finish up. All right, Mom, bye. Okay, I gotta go check the mirror.
Brittany Gallery. It's a pretty cool game. It's actually free on Steam, so you can actually check it out for yourself if you want to as well. So you are basically seeing everything the game has to offer, but you know, good job on it. So there was right over here.
Well, here it is again. There's definitely no swan. I wonder what other info Blackhaven has. Oh!
Artifact thing on the phone. Right, there it is.
Helen did say that they were going to be beta testing object scans. I wonder if I can scan for more info. Yes!
Hanging unrepaired.
Wait. This mirror was one of a pair? And they found the other? Ah!
Yep,
The
there it
swan.
is.
When Rosemary told off Dorothy, this hadn't even been discovered. Dorothy, you were right again. Your grandfather remembered, his mother, his grandmother, they remembered. Oh my God. She looked at herself in these shards. I can't imagine. Okay, there's only one more point left to prove.
Yeah, the name of that.
Let me go check my
river,
email and see if Mom found anything.
Man, doing all this talking is getting me thirsty, but water bottle's empty and I won't exactly leave the stream.
I should see if my mom wrote back.
Anyone coming in would probably think the stream's frozen since there's no background noise. It gets a little bit wonky after. Look at this Mitchell. Seems to have a truly incredible life. With Blackhaven people. Looks like she's into history, unfortunately, since the past few years. Picture is attached below. Apparently, she's found her grandson Anthony. Members in the book. Tell me when you're finished. What you wearing? Passed away peacefully, surrounded by attending families, September 14th, 2004. Funeral services. Born February 17th, 1918, the daughter of Gregory and Eunice Howard. Married Sam Mitchell, factory foreman, Army veteran. Passed away in 1992. Beloved educator and civic activist, longtime scholar and first black woman to teach in inter-county schools. Active in the civil rights movement, leading multiple registration drives and lecturing widely in black history. Founder and director of the Tidewater Black Historical Association, plus historical Tidewater Voices, remembrances of Black Virginia Black Excellence Scholarship Fund. Honorary doctorate, often found studying neighborhood children from veggie school or garden. Followed by George, Michelle, and Amelia Robinson, and her grandchildren Anthony, Daniel, Irene. Okay. I was trying to click on that. I was just clicking that just in case. Our printer out his stuff right now, I'm guessing.
No, Dorothy. I guess you were older than it seemed looking at that picture. She didn't need the Harwood's money, but the family needs to know she might be right. Anthony seems nice. Damn, can you imagine if he was at the next meeting with Helen? Alright, Dorothy. First, Blackhaven said you couldn't be a descendant from the Harwoods because the bird carving wasn't authentic. That's wrong. It looks just like Blackhaven's own pottery. Next, they said Simon's family was never here because their mirrors didn't have a swan. But oh wait, yes they did. Last, they say Simon had the wrong name for the creek at the mill. He said Hickory Creek. Blackhaven said Nicholas Stream. Ugh, how am I supposed to know what a creek was called 200 years ago? The model over there doesn't even show the river. Let me call my mom real quick and thank her. Hey Mom, thanks for sending that stuff along. Let me put you on speaker. Can you hear me?
Are you by yourself?
Yeah, Mom, of course.
So, what did you find out about this Mitchell woman?
Mom, I'm not sure, but I think Blackhaven might owe her family some money. Like a lot of money. And maybe some other things.
Oh, did she do some work for them?
No, Mom, it's a lot bigger than that. But I don't want to say anything more until I'm totally sure. I just have to check one more thing before I leave.
It makes me wish I'd gone to hear her before she passed. Even the foundation name sounds familiar. Where have I heard that before? 1 second. I'm going to check this. Chesapeake Black Excellence Scholarship Fund. Here's their page. List of projects. Wait. Oh my god. They're the chief sponsor of Lee. Kendra, baby, do you know who this woman is? She paid for your scholarship.
Ooh.
What? Dorothy, you're the whole reason I'm even standing here.
And how this works out.
You still there?
Yeah, Mom, that's crazy. Okay, Mom, I promise I'll check in just a bit. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, honey. Just call me back. And don't get into too much trouble. I can't be calling Grandma Daisy to bail my child out of jail.
Yeah, bye, Mom. Love you. Daisy! There was a map in the big house with the field of daisies.
Oh, yeah.
It might show the real name of the creek. I've got to go check.
An achievement. Thanks, Mom, for calling your mom back. Let's go check out that map. Bruh. Oop. Sorry, just some sound coming up from upstairs. Probably just doing some stuff. Not sure what exact, but they're kind of taking a break from babysitting my baby nephew because mom's leg is.
Run up to the house and check that map.
Sorry, because mom pulled the leg muscle recently. It's kind of taking a lot longer to heal than it should be. So she's actually got a cast and crutches right now for it, just to help it, keep it from getting too aggravated so it can recover. Anyway, time for a quick hike up to the house. Yeah, I was thinking about other streams this week, so. Sorry, game's a bit laggy. Probably, not super optimized, but still a pretty good, neat little game, so. Wednesday, I probably mentioned I'm going to be checking out some of the Steam Next Fest demos that just started up today, and we're going to be looking at a few different games. I know there's some folks I'm looking at, like Little Cat Big City or whatever it's called, where you get to be some little stray cat causing chaos, and check out some other ones. We'll probably just breeze through them tonight and tomorrow, just see what else we can get. And on Friday, I'm not going to be streaming on my channel, but on the Good for Gaming channel at 11 a.m. I'm going to be streaming some modded Minecraft, and I'm going to be raising money for the Trevor Fund. That map again. Oh, probably an observation booth. Yeah, they help out with LGBT kids and all that, so they're definitely a good cause these days. Oh, I think I remember it was over down this way, past here. For next week, we'll probably figure it out, but you mentioned having pizza towers, so I might be able to bring back out some days. Anyway, let's see the map.
Yes, here's the map. And it wasn't found until 2006, so Blackhaven hadn't even seen this when they told her Simon remembered the wrong creek. Okay, one last time. Dorothy thought her ancestors met at Hickory Creek, but Blackhaven said the only one with a mill was the Nicholas Stream. Let's see. There's a few little rivers here. Oh, I should use the key. Okay, stables, garden. Is there a Nicholas Stream? That's it. It's really there. On their own damn map. Hickory Creek. Dorothy was a better historian than any of them. She really should have run this place.
You think they would have cared about the black people and not the fancy white guy who ran it?
She should own this place. It might literally be in her blood. Wait, they could test DNA now.
They do. Science.
The family could know for sure if they're really Harwoods after all. Anthony, oh my God, what am I about to drop on you?
I know.
I gotta find a place with some cell service to call him. Maybe out front on the park bench.
Yeah, definitely probably going to start a pizza tower sometime, or maybe some other stuff, because I know Super Animal Royale's going to be starting a new season soon. I'll have to double check exactly when that's going to be, but. And in a month, they know that they're releasing the definitive edition of the Lisa games. If you haven't heard of those, they're basically these two post-apocalyptic RPG games in RPG Maker. I played them a while back, but before I start streaming, but I might definitely bring them out again now that they're releasing the new definitive edition. Might be interesting to drop on some people. They definitely aren't family friendly.
Whew, here we go. About to become Blackhaven's worst intern of all time.
And well, to the former administration.
Come on, pick up. Maybe it's the wrong number.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. May I speak to Anthony Mitchell?
This is him.
And are you the grandson of a Dorothy Mitchell?
Who is this anyways? If you're with the charity folks, I have told y'all, you should not be calling me at home. The estate handles all of her donations.
No. Actually, I'm calling from the Blackhaven Hall Historical Society. And, Mr. Mitchell?
The big news. Blackhaven. Pretty neat little game. Ooh, Cassius, I didn't know they're getting a sequel. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I just gotta remember that, but... Written by James Coltrane. You know, game looks like he did a lot of work on the game as well. I probably think some of these people did a lot of work with the game, like the historically black colleges and universities. Oh, cool, going back and being the house before the reconstruction burning, so. That's gonna be it for... Oh, and this achievement is Cassie's coming soon, so... Yeah, the ending achievement is literally an advertisement for the new game, but... Yeah, I'm gonna leave it off there, folks. Thanks for watching. It was cool to get to do a little game like this for Juneteenth. It was a neat little experience. A game like such a game made a lot of some HBCUs, as the acronym goes, historically black colleges and universities. So you take a look and see who I can drop you off. Let's see. How about who we got here? I can probably leave you off with Darius. He's doing some Monster Hunter Rise. But yeah, I'll be seeing you Wednesday when I play some Steam Next Fest demos, and I'll see on the Good for Gaming channel on Friday when I play some Minecraft. I have to raise money for the travel fund, so see you again, folks.